The opinions expressed by the host and guest on this program are solely their own and do not represent the views or opinions of Blind United. We strive to provide diverse perspectives and discussions on our platform, but the opinions expressed should be understood as personal viewpoints and not reflective of Blind United as an organization.
It's time. It's time for
coffee time.
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 And here is your coffee time crew.
Well, good Friday morning, everybody. We said it was coming, TGIF. Thank God they still did come, because that means we all still here. Anyway, today we got a few good articles for you. Also, within our interest groups, we got two very important groups today. Okay. And also, so again, like I said, we got a couple good interest groups for you today. Number one is understanding how to get DOR to work for you. Greg, he's coming in at 2:00 this afternoon. So if you got any questions that you need to ask about your DOR, or how to get the training, or whatever it is you're needing, Greg is always there to answer and help with all that kind of stuff. And then a little bit later on is our movie night. So tonight we will be showing Ray with Jamie Foxx, and that's at 6 p.m. Pacific time. So get you all your little snacks, popcorn, and beverages together and come join us for that. So anyway, I got Miss Carol with me today, and then I got a special guest, one of our interest group leaders, Aletha. So good morning, ladies.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, everyone.
All right.
Thanks for having me.
You're always welcome.
Welcome.
So I kind of told Aletha what the articles was, but I know I didn't get a chance to tell Carol. But anyway, this first one is, about Target, and they're dealing with a little bit of a brand identity at this point. With all of folks bowing down and getting rid of a lot of DEI programs that they had within their businesses and stuff. It's kind of done a little toll on what we got going on with. I'm navigating. I'm sorry. It's done a little damage to their corporate structure. I mean, their business, they're really, I get it messed up their thing. I mean, they had, different programs, they were all about DEI, all that good stuff. And then all of a sudden, okay, well, no, we're not carrying these products no more because of, certain issues, whether it was, minorities or I'm sorry, I can't get those letters right. I'm sorry. But
LGTB Q.
Mm-hmm. Plus. Mm-hmm.
Plus.
Right,
okay.
Right. Plus. So again, so they're catching hell for all that. So anyway, let me get into that article here. I had to navigate to it. I'm all by myself working this backstage today.
You doing the thing, Ed, as always.
Yeah.
So anyway, let's check this out, and we'll talk about it on the other side. We'll be right back with you. Oh, I done lost it. Oh my goodness. There we go.
Hey, Blind United crew. Grab your first cup as the Coffee Time crew gets into this first article. The bright red bullseye is an icon of American retail. For decades, Target has cultivated an image as the go-to store for cheap chic, a place where you could find stylish home goods, affordable fashion, and all your daily necessities under one roof. Recently, however, the retail giant seems to be falling off target, finding itself in what many analysts are calling a brand identity crisis. While it's easy to point to recent controversies, like the public backlash over its Pride Month merchandise, the company's struggles seem to run much deeper. The core question is becoming, what does Target stand for today? At the heart of the issue is a perceived lack of a clear identity. In the past, Target knew its audience well, appealing to suburban families and trend-conscious shoppers who wanted more than what a typical discount store offered. Now, it seems caught between worlds. Is it competing with Walmart on price, with Amazon on convenience, or with specialty stores on style? By trying to be everything to everyone, a brand can risk becoming nothing special to anyone. This identity struggle has been reflected in its recent financial performance and has left many loyal customers feeling disconnected. This situation has implications that extend to all shoppers, including those in the blind and visually impaired community. When a company's leadership is distracted by public relations fires and an unclear business strategy, focus on the core customer experience can suffer. For a shopper with a vision impairment, a positive in-store experience depends on predictable layouts, clear and unobstructed aisles, and well-trained staff who are available and able to provide assistance. Online, it requires a website and mobile app that are meticulously maintained for accessibility with screen readers. A brand that is struggling with its identity may divert resources and attention away from these essential operational details, impacting the shopping experience for those who rely on consistency and accessibility. The question of whether Target can recover is not just about navigating cultural debates. It's about rediscovering its core mission and recommitting to serving its customers, all of them effectively. The situation at Target highlights the tightrope that large companies must walk in today's polarized world, balancing brand identity, social values, and the fundamental needs of all their customers. What are your thoughts on this? We'd love to hear them. Now back to the Coffee Time crew for their thoughts.
All right. Well, for me, Target was one of them stores when I was going through training that I went to and I'm using them as an example, but I could go in there, make my way to the manager's desk and let them know, customer service desk, and let them know, hey, I need a personal shopper. I'm blind, and they would come and help me. They'd take me out through the store, and show me how to, help me find the products I'm looking for, tell me what the price is, all of these various things are for. And again, they don't do that anymore. Just like we're talking about, they're going to, start diverting money away from these other issues because we all know corporate America is greedy. So if it starts affecting their bottom line, they finna start making some cuts somewhere, But that's also besides the point that, they've walked away from, a couple different communities, the minority community that they used to feature, minority companies that had products and had good deals going on with them to carry their stuff in their store, and as well as the LGBTQ plus community. I think I got it right. But anyway, I'm done doing it in an insulting way. I just can't remember all them letters. I'm sorry.
I'm part of the community, Ed, and I don't know it.
So, but anyway, I mean, again, they're struggling now. I mean, again, you build this base, based on what you stand for, and then all of a sudden now, because of the climate that we're living in now, you're struggling, and it's hurting. It's really, really hurting. But anyway, again, I just feel bad for them. I mean, well, I shouldn't feel bad for them because they decided to do what they did, where they should have stood up, for the American people and what the American people want, what their consumers want, right? What their demographic is shopping in their stores, right? Mm-hmm. You're not paying attention to what they want. You're paying attention to what somebody else says you should do according to their plan. And bottom line now, their plan is killing your business. So anyway, that's my take on it. So why don't we let Letha go next, Carol, since she's
Definitely.
a
Go
guest?
right ahead.
Well, I can piggyback on what you said a little bit about Americans. I mean, we're Americans, and I think that making those type of decisions affects everyone, right? Their dollar, our dollar, you know what I'm saying? And also, um, mhm, inclusivity. We lose it all. It's a lot that goes on with making those type of decisions because uh I don't want to be direct, but because of the administration, like you can't follow what you see, especially when it is going to affect your bottom line. Um, so I think as Americans, we're suffering in that. As visually impaired Americans, like you said, it's hard now. We don't have the luxury of being able to, and I call it a luxury because it is, being able to go up and say, I need help. I need someone to, accompany me in my shopping and help me to get to this place, that department. Now we don't have that. So why spend your money there? I mean, to me, it's crazy. I don't know.
It
Miss
is. It is.
Carol.
Okay. For me, I feel like they're just kind of forcing everybody to shop online. Things aren't like it used to be, that personal touch. I mean, I can remember going in a store and I mean, people are just dying to help you. Uh, it wasn't that aspect of going in and someone thinking I'm about to steal. Someone genuinely wanted to help me. But now it just seems like right now in my community, probably 10 minutes away, there's a shopping center. Now there's a shopping center up from me that I can walk to within probably 7 minutes. But 10 minutes driving, there is a shopping center, Wynwood Shopping Center. It's an old shopping center down here, but they just put in a Target's there. And it's competing with Burlington and Ross and uh, all of these other stores. Now, Targets is pricey. A lot of people would prefer maybe to drive further to go to Walmart or something like that. But when you get in there, um, you can go to customer service. You can be assisted around. But a lot of the things that I need, like I wear locks. I've been growing my locks for 11 years. So I like to use black castor oil on it every now and again. If I go to the hair products aisle, I can't find that there. I'm going to have to go to a beauty supply place or something like that. Uh, because they used to carry stuff like that, but they no longer carry things like that. And so they're taking things out that the community, because the community where they're moving in is preferably brown and black. You do have some other races that are there, but the majority of people that are out there spending their money are us. And the things that they have in the stores don't represent us. So I don't know why they're building it. I'm just curious to see how long it will last and if they're actually going to make some money, because it's interesting where they moved to see what the products they may shelve on in their stores are going to have. So I think I'm going to go there and just kind of see what they have and if it represents the community that they moved into.
Well, I mean, again, it's not about that they shouldn't carry some other products as well, but again, you got to cater to who your clientele is. If
Right,
Yeah,
those are
right,
the people that's
yeah.
coming in your store, you got to make sure that those people can get the products they looking
Mm,
for.
yeah.
right.
You
I
know,
agree. I agree. I was as she was speaking, as Carol was speaking. I know a few weeks ago I was looking at YouTube and I seen a few YouTubers, like a lot of them literally had frequent videos about Target, how the prices were. This was before the decision was made, like before it was handed down that this is what they were gonna do. Um, I mean, just influencing. They got their little Tarjay name. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
So
right, right.
at the
Right?
end of the day,
Bougie. You were bougie if you could shop
right,
at Charge.
right, right. So and like you said, predominantly the people that was patronizing them was us. It was a lot of us. And that's to me, like I said, YouTubers, influencers, blew them up in a major way. And then you choose to turn your backs on those people and that community, to me, is crazy. And they are feeling that right now. They are feeling the effects. I'm telling you that because I see it a lot myself. They're feeling the effects of, okay, maybe we should try to tweak it this way because our audience, as we maybe know, that you have to have a targeted audience going into marketing, going through marketing. So you have to they're gonna have to change a lot of their um the things that they have enveloped today. They're gonna have to change those things because they are seeing it. They're seeing it.
Well, I'll say it this way. You shouldn't have never changed it in the first place. You should have kept doing what
Right.
you was doing. You know what I'm saying? You was making money. Your customers were happy. They were getting the products they wanted. You know what I'm saying? They felt a little better about themselves because you got that little bougie thing going on. Like you say, it's Target. It's not,
Right. Right.
Walmart, whatever, right? So again, you had all of that working for you.
What's the old saying? If it ain't broke,
But
Don't fix it. But it also, to me, it shows where they are, where they stand, who they is if you think about it, you draw a line in the sand. I don't care how you look at it. If you choose, you choose. If you choose to step over to the right, you choose to step over to the left. I'm at the right. Then if you choose to go to the left, you choose to go to the left. Like they made their they made their choice, and
they made their
it is
choice.
it is affecting a lot of people. And like Unc said way earlier, we're gonna see if they're gonna make that turnaround.
right? Well,
Well,
like you said
well,
too, Alita. I mean, it's the influencers.
Mhm,
Nothing would have
mhm.
changed if someone hadn't said something in this corporate board meeting about let's
Nope,
let's kind of excel our bottom line. And what they
right,
realize is it's not excelling it.
right,
nope,
right, right. So
nope.
anyway, right quick, we at the end of this segment. So we're gonna jump into the next one. But anyway, right quick, Tisha is in the comments and she said good morning to everybody. So good morning, Tisha.
Good morning,
Uh,
Good,
Tisha.
good morning, Tisha.
so we're gonna run these promos right quick, and then we'll be back with the second article.
If you'd like to know more about Blind United, you can visit our website at blindunited.org. You can email us at info@blindunited.org. You can call us at 909-846-8825. You can follow us on Instagram at Blind United Interest Groups. You can follow us on X at Blind United 22. You can watch our YouTube channel, Blind United. You could join our Facebook group, Blind United Interest Groups, or you can follow our Facebook page, Blind United. Blind United.
Hey, coffee time crew, we got something new. Support the mission and look fresh too. Fresh rock that blue with the logo in white. Blind United shirts, yeah, they feeling right. Just 20 to hand and you're part of the cause. Helping blind folks level up, no pause cars. From Jaws with Andy to Hall Ace tips. Support group love and crochet kits. Movie nights rolling, the vibes are lit. Every shirt you buy helps all of it. So cop that tee, be proud to wear. You're lifting up lives with every pair. Email us now, don't let it slide. Info@Blind United or join the pride.
All right. Again, as I always say, it sure would help y'all buy some of these T-shirts. It does help us do what we do. We say this all the time. Everything we do here, we provide for free. All the training, all of our interest groups as far as support, the JAWS, the AI, the metas, you name it, is the advanced technology. And then you got all our other groups like the Ladies' Night with Aletha here. She comes in and does her thing with makeup and skincare and all that kind of stuff, and then we got a lady support group right behind that. Again, all of that stuff is all free, and it's not just something that's a local thing as well. I mean, here I am, I'm way out here in California, San Bernardino. We got Carol here in Dallas, and then we got Aletha back there in North Carolina. And guess what? We all connected through Blind United, and we do that on a regular basis. So,
Yeah.
come get up out the hood and come hang with Blind United.
Right.
Anyway, this next one is about your health and how a lot of these new wearables and stuff can assist us. And this one lady, she was wearing her wearables and exercising and stuff, and because all of this stuff monitors your heart rate and your pulse, and sometimes blood pressure, just different things depending on what type of wearable you have. But anyway, she found out there was something going on with her, and of course, they ain't gonna tell us what it is, but at the same time, because of these devices, she got the help she needed. Check this out.
Hey, Blind United crew, grab your next cup as the Coffee Time crew gets into this second article. It sounds like something from science fiction, but it's becoming an increasingly common reality. A woman noticed some unusual data on her fitness tracker, shared it with her doctor, and was ultimately led to an important and timely medical diagnosis. These small devices, worn on our wrists, have evolved far beyond simple step counters. They are now sophisticated health monitors, capable of tracking just about everything from our heart rate and sleep patterns to blood oxygen levels, and even taking a single-lead electrocardiogram, ECG. As this technology becomes more advanced, it is carving out a new role as a powerful window into our internal health. Modern wearables like the Apple Watch and Fitbit use a suite of sensors to collect data continuously throughout the day and night. Over time, this data establishes a personal baseline, what's normal for your body. The real power of these devices lies in their ability to detect deviations from that baseline. An unusually high resting heart rate, a sudden change in sleep quality, or an irregular heart rhythm notification can be the very first sign that something is wrong, often appearing long before a person feels any distinct symptoms. This can prompt an individual to seek medical attention sooner than they might have otherwise, potentially leading to earlier diagnosis and better outcomes for various conditions. For the blind and visually impaired community, this technology is particularly empowering. Wearable devices are often designed with accessibility at their core. Information is delivered through non-visual means, such as distinct haptic vibrations for different notifications, and all the detailed data is accessible through screen readers like VoiceOver and TalkBack on a connected smartphone. This allows a user to independently monitor their health metrics, track fitness goals, and notice concerning trends without needing to read a screen. It fosters a greater sense of control and independence in managing one's own health and facilitates more informed conversations with doctors, as the data can be easily exported and shared. However, it is crucial to remember their limitations. These are consumer-grade electronics, not certified medical instruments. They can sometimes produce false positives, causing unnecessary worry or miss an issue, creating a false sense of security. Factors like how tightly the device is worn can affect sensor accuracy. Therefore, the data from a fitness tracker should be seen as a source of information and awareness, not as a diagnosis itself. It is a tool that can help you and your doctor work together, but it never replaces the expertise and professional judgment of a healthcare provider. The rise of these smart devices signifies a fascinating convergence of consumer technology and personal healthcare, offering unprecedented insights into our bodies. What are your thoughts on this? We'd love to hear them. Now back to the coffee time crew for their thoughts.
So I apologize because I forgot that my article did not discuss the actual lady, but it got into the core reason for the article, which was again, these devices, they can monitor all of these various aspects of what's going on inside your body, and they alerted her just like they can alert you as to when something is off, right? And although you don't want to necessarily per se take it as an actual diagnosis. Uh, it just gives you a thing. You know what? Something ain't right. Let me run to the doctor and have him check this out. I do know that we've talked about this stuff in the past, and uh, I don't know about the Fitbit. I'm pretty sure it probably works on there as well. But I know on the Apple Watch, whatever, you connect it to your health app, and then you can also connect your doctor to your health app, and you can submit all of this stuff to your healthcare portal and for your doctor to see. So now, your doctor might look at it and say, okay, you know what? We might need to make an appointment, have you come in and check this stuff out. You're just a way to share information about your health and, you know, keep you on the right track, right? Keep you on point in case something might be going on a little haywire, that something that can very easily possibly be corrected. So I think these things are really, really good things. I love all the various technology that's out that, we can now use to, improve our life and our health and all that kind of good stuff. So anyway, that's my take on it. What you got, Letha?
So I love you. Yeah, I do like my uncle, but I have to push back on that a little bit. I do think that the some of the things that they help with is really good, but to be able to link different things where, and I know it's your doctor or whatever, but you know nowadays, and I know I'm gonna sound kind of weird for this one, but nowadays everything is getting hacked. Everything. So your medical information that you have is one of the most important things that you will possess. Um, as we are here on this planet. So I don't know. I don't know about having it that informative where your doctor and you can link, and this can be in some sort of cloud that currently is always getting hacked. However, but I'm just saying, I don't know. I don't think I would trust that as much now to be able to look at it and you track it yourself. Those things that you look at maybe on a daily basis, heart rate, if you go for a run, your walk, your steps, those things, if it is privately done between you and, your your Fitbit or your watch or whatever wearable that you choose, that's fine. But I think that it starts to become intrusive and invasive when it comes to sharing it outside of, just you and the watch.
Right. And then Letha, again, like you say, push back on me. I'm gonna push back on you a little bit.
Okay.
I expect that, because again, I'm gonna leave the technology part out of it. It's just the difference between iPhones and Androids. iPhones are secure; they're encrypted. Okay, it ain't no different than I got the portal for my health care on my phone right now. An app. I pull that app up. I can go right in there and look at all my stuff. Right. I'm not saying that on their side, the medical portal side, it couldn't get hacked. But guess
Mhm.
what? It's going to get hacked anyway, if that's the case, right?
Yeah.
You giving it that extra little bit of information is not going to be all that much. But at the very minimum, it lets you know what's going on that could
With your
be a
body
potential
too.
problem.
Mhm.
It could be a potential problem, and whether you want to connect yours to your doctor or not, at
Mhm.
least it alerts you to know
Yeah.
I need to make an appointment.
Yeah. Yeah. And I get that. That's why I said personally, The watch and the person. Yeah,
A
I
whole lot of
understand.
people really worried about their private, information being very secure. In today's world, that's a big, big, big issue. So you have every right to be concerned about that. So,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, I mean, your
go ahead,
medical
Kel.
information is private, but I like the fact that, they do have watches. Actually, they have apps on your phone that, can kind of monitor things as well. But being able to wear it on your wrist, and monitor certain things. Now, I know me personally, I have a talking watch. I'm not a big watch person, and I know it was saying that it would do, monitor your sleep. And I take my earrings off at night when I go to bed, so I know I'm not going to sleep with no watch on my arm. I just, I would probably
Mm-hmm.
utilize it for certain things throughout the day. If I'm taking a walk, let it monitor my heart. Or
Yeah.
if I'm like I have a Nike app, so I can't run like I used to because I can't see, so I run in place. And I keep the phone in my hand, and as I'm running, it'll let me know when I've hit 1 mile or 2 miles, depending on how I
Okay.
feel that day. But
Okay.
it doesn't monitor my heart or anything like that. Now I know these watches, they, if you're a diabetic, kind of gives you a glucose monitor. It's amazing how it does so many different things. I just know for me, I know how I feel. I know my body better than anybody. So I know if I don't feel good, like when I finally quit smoking, because I didn't like the way it made me feel. So I did it slow, like people who are obese and they got 400 or 500 pounds they got to lose. They don't just lose that in a year. It takes them a while. So I smoked menthol first. And when I decided to quit, I went to non-menthol. Now, granted, I might have smoked non-menthol for a whole year, but I gradually worked my way down. And then when I stopped, boom, I don't smoke cigarettes anymore. You know what I'm saying? So you have to gradually just kind of watch and monitor certain things about your health. And I think that, if you have a watch and you want to utilize that, then you do that. Uh, Everything is not for everybody. If I
Yeah.
had it, I'd utilize it for just certain things, but I wouldn't wear it all day. And like I say, if something don't feel right with you. And if it's serious enough, because most of us just don't take time to even take care of our health. We know when we don't feel good, but we like, oh, I'll see how I feel in 3 or 4 days. It could be really something serious.
Yeah.
So, having something like that to alert you to say, wait a minute, my heart rate has been real high and I'm just sitting still. So I might need to go to the
Yeah.
hospital. That would be a
Yeah.
good thing. But other
Yeah.
than that, you know,
All right. Well, George popped in the comments. He said, "Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday."
good
Hey,
morning,
happy
George.
Friday.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
I mean, but no, I mean, again, depending on where your health is, if you're, a healthy person, maybe you're not concerned about this stuff at all. But like, I look at like all my folks in the community because there's a lot of them in the community that are diabetic, right?
Right.
You got to keep track of that blood glucose.
Mm-hmm. You do.
You got a lot of people like myself, that's under this what they now call a COP umbrella, which includes asthma and emphysema.
Mm-hmm.
Where we have these respiratory issues. Okay, well, that oxygen sensor, we need to know that we get enough oxygen in our system, right?
Right. Right.
There's a lot of different things that we could benefit from using this. So hold
The
on.
benefits outweigh the things that, I mean, like I say, I know if I had it, I'd use it, but I wouldn't wear it 24/7. And
And
it didn't say, is it waterproof? It
I
is.
don't, I
Uh,
don't, I'm not,
yeah,
I don't,
the Apple Watch is, I know.
Okay. Okay.
Well, I know you can buy a waterproof version. I don't know if everyone is, but again, is I mean, well, Andy, our guy that does Jaws, he's a big tech guy. You know what I'm saying? When he got
Right.
his first watch, actually, we were going to a convention in Vegas, and one of the first things Andy did is he went and got in the pool and with his watch. You know what
Oh,
I'm saying?
wow.
He got up out the pool. He's okay. It worked well in the watch. I mean, it kind of muffled the speaker a little bit till you get the water out of it.
Mm,
But then he got out of there and went and got in the jacuzzi. you know, I mean, he's
Sound
going to
like he
test
like
it.
water.
So, well, I mean, he just wanted to test it for all that kind of stuff,
Right, of
So,
course.
I mean, again, it did work for him, but like I said, just the fact that if you're dealing with some of these health issues, or, the health issues, I should say, having a device that can monitor some of this stuff for you, I mean, I can only imagine being a diabetic and having to stick my finger, you know what I'm saying, to get a little dab of blood to
Yes.
put into a non-accessible glucose machine that now I got to have somebody else read it for me. All
Mm-hmm.
this other kind of stuff, So
Yeah.
I mean, again, it helps, and for those that that are not as worried about their personal information, the ability to run that straight to your doctor could be a plus as well.
Yeah.
True. True.
Yeah.
You just gotta figure out what's best for you and what you want to do, and you stick with that, right?
I might think about getting a look into the Fitbit and see, what the pros and cons are to me for me and see about it. I might just get one because I heard they are pretty good. I am not gonna lie, but I don't know if I'm gonna do the link into the. I don't know if they do that, but I don't know if I'm gonna do that. But yeah, I do hear very positive things about the Fitbit. I don't have an Apple phone, so I had a Samsung watch. Didn't keep that long because the battery literally started going out on me really fast. So, yeah, I think I might try to look into a Fitbit.
Right. I mean, again, I'm always digging at you because you still with that Android. I've been
I
telling you
was
for
I was
years you
gonna
should get
ask.
your iPhone.
I was gonna ask. I mean, are you, not to be too over personal? You probably have said, but are you high partial? Are you able to use a talkback feature? Because that was
Are you?
horrible to me on the Android.
I have, and I have sight, um pretty okay sight in my left eye, but my right
Okay.
eye is gone.
Okay.
So I can maneuver my phone. But to be honest with y'all, I have the 24. I think they just dropped the 25 probably in February. So I have the 24 plus,
Okay.
and the talkback is good. It's real good. Like I just and I gotta get used to it because it seriously annoys me. I'm not gonna lie, y'all.
I was gonna ask, did you have Siri or Buffy? Because originally, when I went blind, I still wanted to do the Samsung, and
Mhm.
the voice was Buffy, not Siri, like the iPhone. So is it still Buffy?
No, they've done a lot of progress to their
Yeah.
to
Talkback
their
is
yeah.
is
Okay.
more of it, and it's more of a basic within the phone now versus back in the day. It used to
Back
be
in
an
the
app
day.
that you had to get.
But
Uh,
now I will say this to y'all because I know that y'all are iPhone users, but we also have AI on our phones too. We're not still in the Stone Ages, y'all. we,
Oh
well, I mean,
wow.
of course. I mean, if we
we
didn't have
have
our smartphones, we'd be
we
in trouble.
we have
Right.
yeah, we have AI on our phones and stuff. So I'm learning how to use my AI with my talkback. Like how, you know, what I'm looking for, those type of things. Like how I do this just like if it's like a chat GBT, but not chat GBT. Like I'm learning how to use it that way.
Okay.
Because they
Cool.
do they do have a feature on there that's that helps with that. So
Well, yeah. Again, I have to give Android credit. They have stepped up quite a bit in the last few years. You know what I'm saying?
Samsung. Samsung.
Well, but it's still on the Android
No,
level.
no.
It's on the
Yeah,
Android.
Samsung was the best Android,
Right.
but
Well, again,
now
it's
that I'm an iPhone user, I mean, I've just gotten used to it. But it's Samsung. I mean, the Android alpha, the speakers are just wonderful.
right.
You
Well,
don't.
Yeah.
and
And
so let me be
Samsung is
clear.
still amazing.
Samsung, the phone is a great product. And
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
like I said, it's still on the Android operating system.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
it is.
Okay.
Yes, it
Mm-hmm.
is.
Mm-hmm.
So, but because now TalkBack and a lot of those other features, again, they had to compete with iPhone. Okay.
Yeah.
So they had
Yeah.
to get in there and do some of these accessibility features to make it more appealing, especially for the diehard folks that, like
Mm-hmm.
Letha, and I know quite a few others. You're not on this planet by yourself, sweetheart.
Right.
I
There's a
know,
lot of
Right.
but
folks.
I know we're few and far between.
So anyway, I mean, it's all good stuff.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
all good stuff. So anyway, let's jump into these last couple promos, and then we'll get into our final article for the day.
Okay.
I guess I did it wrong. Here we go. Did you know Blind United offers free training in assistive technology? We call them interest groups. We offer training in JAWS, NVDA, iPhone, iPad, as well as Meta Ray-Bans. We also have groups like support group, cooking groups, and crafting groups. There are also groups for entertainment like movie night and RS game night. For more information about all the interest groups that we offer, just email us at info@blindunited.org or visit our Facebook group, Blind United Interest Group. We would love to have you be part of the Blind United crew.
Have you ever wondered what it's really like to be blind? Ever wanted to ask questions but held back, afraid of offending? Blind United invites you to replace that fear with fun, learning and connection at our 4th annual walk. A mile in my shoes challenge. Join us Saturday, October 11th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Wayfinder Family Services, 50 Hunt and Angeles, Vista Boulevard, Los Angeles. Experience everyday attacks blindfolded, like pouring a cup of water. Try assistive technology like screen reader computers and iPhones. Get a hands-on braille lesson and discover how independence is built every day. Smile, laugh, and learn alongside the blind community. No pressure, just pleasure. Help us build bridges, close gaps, and make connections. Walk a mile in my shoes and see the world in a whole new way.
All right. Just a little update. The registration form for Walk a Mile for those that live out here in the Southern California area will be available. Again, we got a cap of 200 people. So as soon as you see the form pop up in the email, y'all need to get registered. Otherwise, you might miss out. Uh, they cutting us off at 200 people down there. So if you want to be part of it, and bring your friends and family, and because that's what this is all about, teaching them what we go through as blind individuals, not only our friends and family. On the flip side of this, I have put out to date over 60 emails to local, state, federal, city, county
Wow.
legislators, to bring them in there because it's outreach, it's advocacy. We're trying to let them understand when we come to them and we tell them we need this, we need that. Now they got a better understanding because I brought them down there. Well, we brought them down there and we put a blindfold on them and let them see what it's like to live life in our shoes, right? So
Mm-hmm.
now they in there, oh yeah, they really do need them audible signals. Oh yeah, they really do need this. They, so on and so forth. So again, get signed up and don't miss out. It's a great opportunity to, share what we do and educate our fellow sighted folks in the community, right? So this last article is going to be talking about alternative uses. Recycling different products, but stepping away from some of the stuff in our life that we depend on, like wood and all this other kind of stuff for furniture and a lot of different things. A lot of people don't realize in the production of this furniture and all this kind of stuff, a lot of toxic materials get, included with that, which, kind of create a bad environment for us to live in, right? So this is just another way of thinking about it, and maybe you might start, let's say, shopping more greener. I guess that's what they want to call it. So check this out.
Hey, Blind United crew, grab your last cup as the Coffee Time crew gets into this final article. What if the lamp on your table was made of seaweed? Or the chair you're sitting in was grown from mushrooms and the table itself was built from old, recycled sneakers? It may sound like a futuristic fantasy, but designers around the world are thinking outside the box and using these exact kinds of surprising materials to create home goods that are both innovative and sustainable. This movement is challenging the very idea of what our furniture can be made of, pushing us away from traditional wood and plastic and toward a more creative and earth-friendly future. For a long time, the furniture industry has contributed to environmental problems, from deforestation to the waste created by cheaply made, disposable, fast furniture. In response, a new generation of designers is pioneering the use of unconventional materials. One of the most fascinating is mushroom mycelium, the intricate root network of fungi. By packing agricultural waste like corn husks into a mold and introducing mycelium, designers can literally grow custom-shaped objects. Once dried, the material is surprisingly strong, lightweight, fire-resistant, and completely biodegradable. Similarly, abundant and fast-growing seaweed is being pressed and dried to create unique textiles and solid surfaces, while other innovators are grinding up old sneakers, plastic bottles, and fabric scraps to create durable and colorful new materials for tables and chairs. While this trend is often discussed in terms of its visual appeal, its relevance goes far beyond looks, especially from a non-visual perspective. This focus on materiality creates a richer tactile world. A chair made from pressed recycled textiles will have a completely different texture and feel from one made of smooth, cool mycelium. This invites a more hands-on, sensory appreciation of the objects in our homes. Furthermore, the shift to natural and recycled materials often means a healthier indoor environment. Many traditional products, like particle board, can release chemicals into the air. Furniture grown from mushrooms or made from seaweed avoids these industrial compounds, contributing to better air quality for everyone. This creative approach to design points toward a future where everyday objects are smarter, more sustainable, and offer a richer sensory experience for everyone. What are your thoughts on this? We'd love to hear them. Now back to the Coffee Time crew for their thoughts.
I mean, I'm down for whatever is down, to improve our planet, right? I mean, a lot of people don't understand. You go out, a lot of furniture, a lot of IKEA stuff. I'm sorry to throw them under the bus, but I hate to go here, but it's made out of these particle boards, and stuff like that.
Wow.
A lot of
Mm-hmm.
people don't realize that particle board, all it is sawdust, right, mixed
Mhm.
with glue, and then they shape it in whatever shape,
What?
Yeah, that's what they do with it. I mean, your plywood goes into almost every home, right? It's layers of thin slices of wood, and it's layered with going with the grain going in different directions, right?
Uh-huh.
But they're stuck together with glue. There's like 5 or 6 layers in there, depending on how thick that plywood might be. All of that glue, all of that toxin is being released into the air over time, right?
And it's
Uh-huh.
Now,
extremely flammable.
right, and it's extremely flammable, right?
Hmm.
I mean, you go to the store and you buy those fire logs that are made out of, again,
That
just
same stuff.
pressed sawdust. That's all it
Hmm.
really is. And and it's not good for us. It's not good for the environment. Like you take this furniture and stuff, now you're going to put it into a landfill. You're putting toxic stuff back into the planet, you know. And when you make it cheaply like that, it's not going to last. It ain't like, the stuff that grandma had back in the day was made out of good solid wood, right? You know, but again, these other alternative products, guess what? Now we're not cutting down the trees that's giving us the oxygen that we're breathing. I mean, again, we're deforesting so much of our country. I mean, look what they're doing in the Amazon, okay? And that's one of the biggest eco things going on right now. We get so much of the planet's oxygen comes out of those rainforests like that, right? And you're just sawing them down, what? To profit on the wood. It's alternative products. We gotta shift our direction. We gotta get into more environmentally friendly products so we can quit killing the planet. I mean, especially for us down on this level of life, we can't just
Yeah.
jump a spaceship and go to another planet.
Right. Right.
We are
Right.
here. We gotta preserve this not only for ourselves but for the generations that's following behind us. So anyway, I'm with this. I'm all about this kind of stuff. What you think, Aletha?
Yeah, I am too. Absolutely. Although some of the comments you made me feel like I'm in, even the things that are going on makes me feel like I'm in an alternate reality. Like it just don't seem it don't seem real. But yes, I agree with it. Yeah, I do. I'm all for it.
I mean, and nobody faults anybody for going to IKEA or whatever, buying this kind of stuff because of what? It's affordable. You
Yeah.
I mean, and that's why a lot of people are buying this stuff. It's
Hmm.
looking, even though it's cheaply made, it looks good,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
and
It's
it's relatively
Yeah.
affordable. So again, we're gonna, work our way towards it. But again, even with these alternative product, materials that we talking about now, the main key going to be to it affordability. If it's not affordable, we're not going to be able to use it.
That
Well,
is so
we're
true.
going to
That's
purchase
true.
it. I should put it that way.
and a
Mhm.
lot of it, I mean, I look back, like like you were saying earlier, I have a classic, a early one, antique that's been passed down. It's a dresser, and with all of the drawers out and the mirror off of it, it's gonna take 4 strong men to carry this thing out. That's how heavy it is. It's cherry wood, and it's beautiful. And so when I pass, someone else will carry it. But it's just something that's probably worth some money. I have no clue how much, but it's something that's an antique, and I have it. And my mother gave it to me, and her mother gave it to her. I have no children, so I have to give it to someone,
Right.
that's in the family that can hopefully pass it on to her, child. But they don't make stuff like that no more. Now they're talking about seaweed and all of that and trying to come up with this furniture that's supposed to, replenish the earth. I don't know, y'all. I mean, seaweed, no. Now, if they made me some furniture out of marijuana, I probably would invest in something like that. But if they want to go green, but I just I understand that people have to go cheap. You try to just make things last, whether you get these thin box springs and beds and cheap furniture that does not last for years. It's just something to just get you through so that you have something to sit on or lay on. But A lot of it is made badly, and it's extremely flammable. God forbid that something like that happens. But, it's just what it is. And a lot of the things we never know what we take in, that we breathe in, just from it just sitting, whether it's cold, whether it's hot, whether it's in, whether it's out, because some things we just can't see, but we have to just do the best with what we have, and just try to make it.
Well, I mean, again, for me, if an alternative product is better for the environment, you know what I'm saying? I'm being honest. I don't care if it's made out of boo boo. As long as it don't smell, I ain't finna eat it. Okay? As long as it serves its purpose, if it's a table and it'll hold whatever we put on top of it, I don't care. Again, as long as it don't smell like what it's made out of, I'm good with it. Because again, I'm not gonna eat it. It's just for a purpose. I've long thought about, alternative uses for plastics and stuff. Man, melt that stuff down and make some two by fours out of plastic or whatever. Build your home with some recycled products rather than dumping all this stuff in our landfill that is going to take, if ever, is to decompose and become part of the planet. And then once it does, what do we got in there? We got the chemicals,
Yeah.
So again, we don't want to introduce those chemicals to our environment. It's better that we find a way to recycle them and reuse the material for something that's, repurpose it, right? And
Yeah.
do something else with it. I mean, there's a lot of recycled stuff out there now. There's a lot of recycled paper. There's a lot of different recycled products out there, and we got to start looking in that direction. Again, I mean, I don't care what it's made out of, as long as I ain't got to eat it and it don't smell like what it's made out of. So
And I
it's just
believe they already have research going on for stuff like that, but it's always about money. You know what I'm saying? I believe that they do have resources to try to save this planet.
well, I mean,
They
again,
just
like I said, it's all got to be affordable.
right.
Again, we're not going to buy it unless it's affordable, right?
True.
I
True.
mean, that's why so many people are now buying, less than adequate furnishings and stuff like that. Why? Because they're cheap and the good stuff costs so much money.
Right.
This dresser you talking about, you try to buy that dresser in today's market. That dresser probably cost you $2,000-$3,000.
Yeah,
Okay,
True. True.
yeah,
you know, well you can, like I said, you can run to IKEA and get one for $79.95.
True.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? Now,
Mhm.
again, yours has been around for generations. You'd be lucky to get, a good 4 or 5 years out of what you get from IKEA.
That's true.
Depending on how
How
well
you
you
how will
treat
you take
your
care of
stuff.
it? Mm-hmm.
You know, them people that don't really take care of your stuff, it ain't gonna work. I mean, again, I want some furniture I can move around, and sometimes it ain't just me. I gotta slide it, right? And good heavy material, solid material, you ain't got to worry about that. You
Right.
slide it, you ain't got to worry about it. But when it's made out of this, press board and these other products, you move it and it flexes. Next thing you know, the little screw connector things is bolting everything together. It pops apart. You know what I'm saying? Oh damn, the whole
Right.
side just fell off my dresser or my desk or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Oh damn,
Hmm.
now I got a three-legged table.
Right.
Stuff like that. So again, long as it's durable, affordable, and don't smell like what it's made out of, I'm good. I'm good. And I don't mind having again, textures. Now that I am blind, I enjoy feeling different textures.
Yeah,
Hmm.
You know,
yeah,
I know some friends that got some really, really good furniture, and all of their wood stuff is all actual good wood that's actually been carved. Okay, so you
Right.
get to feel all that kind. I just sit there and I'm feeling the different patterns on it. My kids are, Daddy, what are you doing? Well, I can't see it. I'm feeling the
I'm feeling
patterns.
yeah.
This feels, yeah, I mean, it feels really nice. It's solid and all that kind of good stuff. So,
yeah.
again, it's about affordability as well. So, Anyway, Aletha, thank you, sweetheart, for coming in and hanging out with us today. We're at the end of our time slot. So, Kel, as always, thank you to you. Aletha, just so you know, baby, you're welcome here anytime you want to come in and hang out, get back in the swing. Uh,
Thank
check
you.
check Aletha out. Like I said, she's got an interest group with us. It's on the second and third Tuesday of every month at 5 p.m. Pacific time. Makeup and skincare application. Hey, makeup application and skincare, I should say. My bad.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
but I don't know. You still got your YouTube thing up, baby? You want
Yeah,
to
I'm
shout
still
out your
trying to
channel?
post. I'm mainly on TikTok, but I do post a couple of videos on YouTube.
Okay, well, again, I know as Aletha's Humble Life, that's how we met doing this.
Yep.
Believe
Yep.
it or not, I've been knowing her for well over 5 years, and we've never met in person.
No, but you still my Uncle Ed though.
That's right, baby, and you always gonna be one of my baby girls. Uh,
That's what's up. I
so,
thank you both. Thank you both today.
but
Absolutely. Thank you, Miss Carol.
so before we get up out of here, let me number one, let me get up there on that button, but also please like, subscribe, share, follow, comment, all that good stuff. No matter what platform you're on, hey, it helps. It allows this algorithm to get spread out to more and more people, so that what we're doing, it just gets to more and more people that way. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
hey, just please, please, please help us out in any way you can. And like I said, if you happen to hit that Powerball or whatever it is, one of them big lotteries, hey, don't forget about Blind United. We could really use it, and you get to write it off on your taxes because
Oh no, that's right.
we're not
Right?
5013C. So,
Right?
hey, help us out any way you can. We appreciate it. Don't forget to visit our website, www.blindunited.org. There's a lot going on that website about what we do, as well as opportunities to, whether it be purchase a T-shirt or just donate a few dollars. We really, really appreciate it. So, on that note, everybody enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll see you come Monday.